Hello, everybody, and welcome to this webinar. The agenda for today is to first give you a brief introduction with some practical info, and then we will move on to look at the enhancements that are done regarding tasks and the task processes. And then we will look into the new application for contract management. And finally, we will take questions. So my name is Henrik, and as mentioned earlier, we will look at both tasks enhancement and contract management. Just note that this webinar will be recorded for training purposes. If you have any questions, feel free to ask by using the chat functionality or save them to the end of the session. I will also kindly ask you to mute yourself during the presentation and unmute by the end if you have questions or comments. So what have been done into the task application is that we have added functionality to register hours on tasks. In addition, we have created the task processes where you have an overview of all processes in your company. Here you will also have an overview over the total amount of hours used on each process. In addition, you could create task process from scratch. We don't need to first create a template to create the process. So I will show you these changes in RamBase. So you find the task applications in the collaboration task, and then we can see the task process here. As I said, you get an overview of all the tasks, processes in your company. And as you can see here, we also have a column here for all the total hours registered in each process. As is normal in all the others Rex application, you have some predefined filters found here. And we can also filter on different values by pressing space in the search tab. You can see the total registered hours. And it's empty. Here. And down in the left corner, we have two options. You can choose to create the process. Then we just create the process from scratch. We add the tasks we need. Or we can also choose to start a process based on a template. And as you can see here, the template is to be linked, accessed through the link here. This is the application called PTM. Today, I will create the process based on a template. So I choose the template that I would like to use. I can give them a name. I can also choose to set a deadline if that's needed. Press OK, and then I get the tasks that are added to the template. From here, you also have the possibility to add more tasks to this process. You can also add existing tasks that are assigned to you. If I click on this icon, then I navigate to the task. And as you see here, this is the new functionality where I can now register the time used. So I can set that this create plan is in progress. I can also register the time that I have used. RamBase will then say that it started at the time when we entered into this application. I can say 1 hour, and I can say that I started on this yesterday. I can also say at 9:40. And I can write a comment. And as you can see here in the task, you have the overview here of how many hours you have registered on each task. In this task application, you can also choose to fill another view. When you press this button, we can have a board view here by status. This is customizable for each user. We go back to the task process application. You can see that I have now registered 1 hour for this in this process. The next on the plan is to look at the new applications created to keep an overview of both supplier purchase contracts and customer sales contracts. And as you can see here, these are divided into 2 applications. In the SPC application, you register the contracts that you have towards the supplier. And in the CSC application, we register contracts towards customers. In these application, we can register the name, the type of contract, expiration date, renewal dates. And in addition, we can also create some notifications that we would like to receive on email if they're close to expiration date, if they should be renewed, and so on. Go back into RamBase. Press home here. And you find these contracts under sales for customers. And for suppliers, we find them under procurement, contract management, and purchase contracts. The applications look the same. The only difference is that this is for the supplier and the other one is a customer. There's also some difference in the different categories we were able to choose. So when we enter into the application, we get an overview of all the registered contracts in the system. And you see you have the information on the right side. To create the new contract, press this button in the left corner and give it the title here. Have some IT leasing. You can choose the supplier. You can choose when it was effective from. So this one was from the 1st of October. It will expire in 2023. December 31st. You can also set up who is the responsible for this contract. I will choose myself. You can also set the category for this contract. As you can see here, you have different options. This will then be IT hardware. In this next field, you can set how many days before you should renew this contract. I will set 30 days. And the final option here is if the contract is terminable. If I press this, I get the new field here saying how many days before you have to give notice. And once I've added this, I can press OK. And we can write a description needed. And we also have a financial values we could add here, or we could add a value here. So we'd say that this IT leasing is a cost of 20,000 Norwegian crowns. And then we can say if this is monthly, weekly, yearly, or quarterly. So I choose that this is monthly. And then RamBase will calculate the total value of this contract based on the expiration date I put here. In the notifications folder, we can create notifications. If I press this button, you can choose which user that should receive an email. I can say that I would like to have an email when this should be renewed. And I would like to have this 10 days before the renewal date. And then I press email here. Since I now chose renewal, RamBase will use the renewal date to calculate the date the email should be sent. If I have chosen the review or expired, RamBase will calculate based on the expiration date. And RamBase will check every day if there are some notifications that should be sent out based on the date here. In the final tab, we have notes. And this is where you can add notes from if you have meetings, if there's something, information you would like to add to this contract. In addition, we also are able to set the backup responsible. So I will choose my colleague. I'm using her personal ID to search. Then I press name here. Once we have added all the details needed, we have to remember to activate this contract. As you can see here, it's now in status 1. So I press activate. Once it's activated, you also have the possibility to change the dates. Okay, that is 1st of December. And you can also add more notifications here. Say I would like to have also notification if this is expired, and then I would like to have this 10 days before. And as you can see here, you have different suppliers, and it's also possible to, if you are on the supplier, you can also go quickly to see which contracts that are registered on this supplier. And we go to the inspect and views, and then you have an option here, view contracts. And then you come into the application with this predefined filter for this supplier. I'll also turn this off here. And the same option is available from the customer application. Then you will be sent to the customer sales contract.